Yo, what's good everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be taking another look at Enneacraft. I did say I was going to play Branded Draketail most likely because it's just like faster duels so I can get to Master 1. But I was Diamond 1 initially. And then I played until I was 1 win away from Master. And then like 4 games in a row. I get shifted. Play against Exosisters and it was just like a horrible freaking chain of stuff. Kewl Tune has like Max C, Ash Blossom, everything. And I was like, you know what? I'm whipping out my Enneacraft deck. Okay, I'll put Branded Draketail to rest for now. And I'm just gonna, you know, get into my villain arc here. So we're gonna bully everyone with Enneacraft today. You guys basically got lucky that this happened because now I'm just gonna be playing Enneacraft most likely for the rest of the season. And yeah, we basically made just like minor changes. I didn't really benefit too much from FUA, so I took it out. I thought it would be better because it's a best of one format, but actually it doesn't really do too much, which is crazy that, you know, this deck doesn't really need to play FUA, although it can be good. Maxi is obviously like a must play in every deck. This is not really optional. This is not like FUA, because FUA, they can play around it and give you no draws. Maxi, they most likely cannot unless they're playing some shit like Floowandereeze, right? Then Shifter, Fisher, I have to keep them. I really like Fallen the Virtuous in this deck, but there's like a huge confliction between Fisher and Fallen the Virtuous because Fisher is a continuous spell. So if you establish Fisher, Fallen the Virtuous for the rest of the duel cannot be used unless this gets outed, and you don't have an out to your own card, which is really, you know, kind of weird. But that means that you don't really benefit anything from playing the Fallen Virtuous. But aside from this, you can cut 3 of these and play 3 Fallen Virtuous. Also, I did add an extra deck because in one duel against Branded, I think they had Dimensional Barrier, and they declared Pendulum because they saw I have nothing in my extra deck. And they were like, okay, well, no Xyz, no... he can't declare anything except pendulums. And he declared that, and I actually lost the duel because of it, because I can't summon any of my pendulums. That's actually so toxic. So I was like, you know what? All right, fuck this guy. I'm gonna play an extra deck now. I'm not really using the extra deck at all, especially because there's no Fall of the Virtues. So I'm just like flexing my overframe cards, my royal cards. Albal Knights. I actually got this royal card as well, which is really cool. And yeah. So 2 Rebirth this time because we are not playing 4, we're maximizing on engine. Now Rebirth, again, I don't like to play 3 of this, it's way too bricky. If you like open these, go in second, most likely just useless. If you shuffle back your stuff and they let it resolve, there's a chance you just like open nothing after. Like you can draw 2 of these, you can draw like multiple field spells, fissures, like you actually just like could possibly just lose. So I don't really like too much. This is a card I want to search, and usually you can search it with your own cards. For example, like if I'm going second, I can set the Orgia, they activate a hand trap like Ash. I can immediately search this if I want to, and then I can spin back and just get this engraved to like further, you know, I guess make my end board more powerful because this is most likely going to be a grind game. Enneacraft doesn't really OTK at all, right? So yeah, these are most likely like cards I'm usually searching, and also like playing 2 here is going to make it more likely that I am able to search it if I like reveal the Rebirth, rather than playing 1. And yeah, aside from this, I think everything else has been same. I actually was watching Joshua Schmidt play Enneacraft. I saw him like make a lot of misplays. He got drolled and a couple of things when he actually could have played around Joel. So I thought at the same time, like I can also show you guys like why, you know, you make certain plays, especially with release. This is a card I feel like some people don't really utilize too much. They only think about this card as a follow-up card, but that's not actually what this does. This is your way to play on Joel and Lockbird. So yeah, let's hop into some replays here. I'm not sure if I like got rid of all the locked stuff, but I do have like you can see like I got rid of all of this. So like all of this is just Enneacraft for you guys. Okay, like where do we start? I think okay, this guy, if I'm not mistaken, this guy was actually like I remember seeing this guy somewhere. You can see like WCS 2023 qualifiers top 100. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I saw him before, maybe on like I don't know, like the championship thing. But let's watch this duel. It's actually a very good duel to watch like right away. So he was playing Exosisters. Let's see how he's going first as well. Again, like in these replays, like I'm mostly going second because my coin toss is broken. So he goes Exosister Betrayal. Okay, so he basically just has full combo here. He's gonna add the Martha and the Irene. Discard the Sophie, was it? Stella? I don't even know if there was a Sophie, to be honest. Like, I don't know their names. So he goes Carmel. Okay. Carmel's quite annoying because if we actually read Carmel, I think Carmel can actually negate your pendulums because it says normal spell. I think pendulums are considered to be normal spells, if I'm not mistaken. We're gonna see in this duel because I think he actually does do that. So he's gonna go for Michaelis. Okay. This also sets a trap card in the end phase. So he's gonna add the Returnia, and then he's also gonna get the Vadis. Yep. And that's his end board here. Okay. Also, this guy's a very good player, obviously, right? So we are not gonna get away with like stupid stuff. So we have to actually play properly. This is not like a casual match. So he has this which can change my monster effects or normal spell or trap. So I have to be aware of this. So this means this and these pendulums can just be negated here. And I have double release. I don't really want the release to be negated, to be honest, because this is gonna be able to search any Enneacraft that I want. I also have to be aware that he has Ash Blossom or Droll and Lockbird. And then the Michaelis is not really doing anything at the moment, but he can like exceed into like the... Oh, can't say the extra deck, that's so annoying. Into like the Magnifica, I think, which can banish a card and then go into another Michaelis. He has Vadis and the Returnia, so these can also... One of them can banish, the other one can like summon two, and then he can exceed twice. So he has a lot of entropins, okay? Mainly, like, this board is whatever. We just have to play around his hand drops, okay? So we actually have a hand that could play around this, which is why I love maximizing on engine. So let's see what we do. First action, we are going to go Alazonia to summon. So he's going to go Vadis here. Okay, so he was afraid of Mar, I think. So he didn't want his Vadis getting negated by the Mar. We summon Pixia first, because I know that most of his cards actually target, including the Returnia and the Michaelis. The only card that doesn't target is the Magnifica. This Carmel, if he uses this on like the effect to summon, that would be a complete waste because like these are not once per turn. And this doesn't destroy, it actually just changes the effect to add one of these back to his hand. And then if he like triggers these, like these actually can't go into anything useful. So if we look at like the other cards, this like stops you from like summoning from grave. I think there's another one that stops like grave effects or something, which like who cares? We don't actually play any of these. And then one that like can negate a monster on the field. Again, none of them actually do anything. The only thing that's good is Magnifica because it's like a mirror jade effect, but it's only banish one. Like it's not actually doing that much. So Pixia in this matchup is going to be very good. Another card that's going to be very good is going to be obviously Mar and the Leon. And of course, Athel's gonna just shut everything off. Athel is like really insane here because they usually get like double triggers. If I like play into this, they like trigger two of these, and I can like trigger something, and then like they try to like negate or pop. You go Athel, negate everything. So we're gonna summon the Pixia first, and then we summon the Leon, and then set the Orgia. Okay, this setup right here, we're playing against a hand trap in hand. So if he goes Ash Blossom on my Alazonia here, I'm going to trigger this, and then he chains like this to like negate it or whatever. I can go Leon, spin everything back, and then if he chains Returnia on this or whatever, Pixie is going to negate that, and then also banish the other hand trap in his hand. Does that make sense? So we're going to search here. Also, I do make sure I have at least two plays. You usually want to keep at least two like small monsters because you always have to think the opponent is going to be able to like Ash one of them, Ogre one of them, just get rid of one of them, so you still have another push. While also being able to like have enough cards to actually, you know, stop his interruptions. Yep, just as we predicted, you always have to play around Ash here. So he goes Ash, which means we can chain the Orgia to that. And now, if he chains anything to the Orgia, I'm going to be able to trigger like the Leon. Yep, and then he is going to change the effect of my Orgia to add something back from his grave. So now I can actually just chain the Leon to that. So why does he like have to like flip up his Returnia here? Because Leon's gonna spin back his Returnia. It's also gonna spin back this and one of these. So he is gonna have to Returnia here and just pray I don't have Pixia or Atl. Atl would be disgusting here because it would immediately win the duel. But Pixia is also gonna be good here. So we're gonna flip up the Pixia, negate him, and then if he has another hand trap, I actually can't tell if this was like a Droll or something because we never actually played into Droll, right? If this was Droll, that would be like really insane. I wish we can see, but we can't. But yeah, that's like another way you can play around like multiple hand traps. So we spin all of these back, and now he has, I think, 0 interruptions, which is really funny. Okay, if he, I think, okay, he can technically like make a Mikalis here, but Mikalis is turned off because of Pixia. And we know the entire hand. We spun 2 of them back. He has the Martha in hand and like one of these. I literally can't. Oh, there's a Sophia. Okay, I was correct about that. And then the other card is just the trap card that we added back to his hand. And yeah, we know everything, and he has no more interruptions here. So we can play uninterrupted. We can go for this to pop, and then whatever he summons here is going to get popped by the Orgio. And then anytime anything is going to be added to his hand, he's going to take 900. But obviously there's nothing to add here. Yep, gets popped here, no effect. We go release, go Tromeria, and then we are going to search. So here we want to get either Rebirth or the Field Spell. I wanted to go Rebirth here because I have a lot of cards I can spin back. Like Leon already used the effect, although it can be good on the opponent's turn still. I actually want to spin it back, and also spin back the Orgia and keep Pixie on the field. So I can actually spin back 4 cards, and there's a very high chance that I actually draw into like one of the small ones that I can use aside from like these 2. So instead we get reset, which is fine. I don't think this is the worst ever, which is why I don't really think playing 3 Rebirth is really important here. Because now, like, look at this. Okay, we go Leon. This was a mistake on my end. I did not mean to summon this. This was accidental. Why? Because this was set on the field. We actually never used this effect, right? So what I could have done here is I could have just put this in the pendulum zone, and then I can still search and then get Rebirth, and then like activate Rebirth, and then still get to the grave and still like continue comboing while still having my field, right? So this was just a mistake on my end. Usually the combination you have to remember is like if you set Orgia and you activate it, or like anything else, Tormeria, whatever, and then you go Field Spell, spin it back, this is going to be like another card you can actually put in your pen zone to actually search. So you have another searcher after that. So now we're going to summon these. This is something I don't see many people do, but I'm showing you like how to actually properly use this effect here. We only set these. Most players would just set 5 and pass here. This is a threat to my Pixia, so I actually want to get rid of it. I know his entire hand, so I actually scale the Leon and the Alazonia, and then we go battle phase to pop him. In the end of the battle phase, we can pop him because he's less than 3k, and then we go end phase. So why make that play? It's not only to stop him from going battle phase swing over with the Carmel, but also now what he has to do to play around the Pixia is actually Exceed summon. While still playing into this, because we know he has the Martha in hand, which is going to play into these 2. So he's going to need to have 2 pushes, and if he goes Exceeds into like Mikalis, he has to attack over Pixia. If he attacks over Pixia, in the end phase, I'm also going to pop him again. And then he is going to lose, because he's not going to be able to do anything, right? So let's see what he does here. He goes Martha, of course, and then we trigger the Orgia to pop him. Okay, and this is going to be Chain Link 2. We're going to add a Mar for next turn. Summon Elise, and then this is going to pop his Martha, and then he is going to normal summon this, which is completely fine. Let's see what he goes into. Goes into Carmel. That's fine. Okay. So we're going to trigger the reset here to actually flip down our Orgia. So this is annoying because now I can trigger the Orgia again if he uses anything from hand. Like I think one of them special summons, the one I spun back. This one, I think. And then I can just pop like one of these. So it's super annoying. He's going to attack over it. But this is also going to pop him. If he attacked over this is going to pop him. So it just never mattered. Now, why can't he use the effects to like negate this? Because this is in the damage step, right? Okay, and it wouldn't have mattered if he like attacked over this and then I triggered this and he negated, because then I can still trigger the Orgia to pop whatever he summons, right? So he sets the Returnia, again can't use Returnia because of Pixia, and now he takes 3600 damage. And now we basically win. Look at that. We also get Fisher, which doesn't really do too much against his deck, but we set Mar, and now if he uses anything, he loses. We have the follow-up with Release, so powerful that we have that. This is why we always search the Release, and now he just scoops here. That was like a good showcase of like how to play around multiple hand traps, and like break the board at the same time. I wish we can see that lost card, because I'm 100% sure it was probably Droll. What do you guys think? Let's see. Does he even play Droll? He has to. He has to be playing it. Yeah, guys, like, come on. It was either Droll or like, what else could it be? Like, it's definitely not one of these because he would have set them. Definitely not these because he would have used them. Special summon, maybe Fua. Okay, it was either Fua or Drone Leopard. I don't think it could have been anything else. Or like double Ash, right? If it was like Shifter, he would have used that as well. Yeah. They really need to like fix that about Master Duel, because it doesn't like show you the full picture. Because it does make a difference. Because if that was Droll, you guys can see like how powerful that play was. But if it's not Droll, the play is obviously good, but it's not as good against Droll, right? Because Droll is the card that most Enneacraft players fear. So, okay, first action. I need to just like slightly explain this. I like to set this instead of using the effect of special summon. Why? Because some players, if not like most players, will actually hold off their max C. They don't know what you're playing. They wait for an effect for you to special summon, especially if their hand is bad. They're not gonna play around triple tactics talent. They're and like shotgun the max C. They're gonna wait, which means if I set the Orgia first, instead of activating to special summon, they're gonna play into the Orgia, right? And then I can spin it back, and I can still add whatever I want, and I can basically play around max C more efficiently. So this is why I choose to set it over special summoning. And then we are gonna special summon the Pixia. We made sure he doesn't have the Maxi. This is gonna be a good combination to play around like multiple hand traps. So like we flip this up, he goes Ash Blossom on like the effect to add, and then we like Imperm on the effect to add, and then we go Pixia, negate, and also banish another card from hand. And then at that point you probably just win because you hand loop them for 2 cards, 3 cards actually, because this would be triggered by one of his hand traps. So he goes Ash on this. I chain this. He goes Imperm. I chain the Pixia, negate it, and then banish a card from hand. Instead, he has Purge. So Purge can actually play around like most of these cards. There's not a like a proper card to actually counter the Purge, except you can go Leon, spin back your card if it's gonna get popped because he has a trap in the graveyard. Or you can go Atel if it was Chainlink 3 or higher, which is unlikely to happen in these scenarios, obviously. So he's going to get the Okinaria, that's completely fine. Now, here's the thing I need to like mention as well. Like, I would not have set the Orgia to play around Maxi or any other hand trap if I only had the Okinaria in my hand. But I obviously have Release, so I have 2 pushes, which is why I do that. Because, scenarios like this are going to happen. I also felt a toggle. I wasn't sure what he was playing, but I saw this right here. You can see like top right, he's on the man. So I thought, you know what? Maybe he's on Apophis because he just purged me. And he has something else that's activatable. Maybe Impulse. Because it was only activatable on me like a special summoning, like the Pixia. And you obviously can't purge that, right? So it must have been something else. And now like this is just me playing without him actually having any interruptions. No toggle, nothing. So I was thinking Impulse here. And I want to show you that you can actually play around Impulse. There are ways to do that. So we're going to go Trito here, and then we already got the Release in the grave. Yep, and then we're going to search the Rebirth. We are going to spin back only the Pendulums because I want to keep these. Okay, we get double Okinaria, that's fine. We also get the Orgia, which we can search again with. Grab the Atel, and then we can activate this. Now, why not put another one? Because we already ran through everything. So how to play around Impulse, use the weakest card you have to summon. Okay, the card you don't want to summon, or the card that you think is like the weakest at the moment, use that to special summon all your monsters. And then if they Impulse, like it's just a waste of his Impulse. Like I have 2 of these. I actually don't care about this. It doesn't even do anything against his deck. So he's gonna impulse it, which is fine. It's also gonna pop it, right? Cool. And now I can just activate another one. Summon the Tromeria, summon the Atoll, and summon the Okinaria. Okay, and we also have a Pend here, which means we can push one of these into the back row. And we also have a Rebirth engraved, so this is a good setup. So he is actually on Apoptis. We confirmed that when he used Impulse, because the only deck that can really utilize these is trap decks, mainly Apophis. So we are, okay, first action, we could have scaled this first, but I wasn't sure if he had something like target and pop or something. So I thought, you know what, how about I go Pixia first? Then I'm going to search, grab a Mar for his back row, and then I'm going to scale the Trito and then flip this face up. And then use the field spell to spin it back. And if he chains anything, we go Atoll. But he goes Super Poly. Can't respond to this. I was trying to play around Super Poly because I do know this is like a card they play, which is why I flipped up this level 1 and a level 9. These usually cannot be Super Polyed because they're different types, well, different attributes. They're the same type though. I don't think there's a proper Super Poly target in Master Duel for this right now. Because Mood Dragon requires same attributes, and I think Garura also requires 2 of the same attributes. Yeah, I think so. So, yeah, he actually just has a target, so let's see what he has. Somehow. Okay, bro. Who the fuck is playing this shit? 2 Pendulum Monsters. This guy specifically added this just to play, just to, like, beat Enneacraft. And it actually just doesn't beat Enneacraft. I don't know why, like, he played that, but okay. Okay, so we're gonna trigger the Rebirth to actually set the Mar in case he like wants to activate something else here. And then I'm gonna add back the Pixia with the release and then summon it. And then we're gonna flip this up to pop him. Let's see if he uses anything. He is gonna go Crackdown. We're gonna activate the Pixia. This is why you don't flip them up first. You just get the Pixia back, summon it. He goes Songs of the Dominators. And now we can Mar or Atoll. If you want more counters, you go Mar to negate this, and then you can like flip up the Atoll manually, because this was summoned last turn, and flip this up as well, so you get enough counters to actually win. But in this case, I actually don't care, because we have enough for game here. So we just flip up Atoll, just like troll him here, get out of here. Get rid of these, this is gonna pop his monster. Pixia has nothing to banish from his hand, but he can't target anymore, and that's game. Yeah. Apophis player is getting bullied. Okay, let's watch this one against, what is this, Tier Elements? I guess Tier Elements. Let's see. Okay, so we have Pixia, Atoll, Okinaria, Alizonia, and a Reset and Hat. This is gonna go Fiendsmith Crack. Like, most of these hands, like, we're going second, and we don't actually have any, like, non-engine. We don't have Shifter, we don't have Maxi. It's just like pure engine, which is crazy that we're destroying everyone with just pure engine. It goes to show like how powerful the deck is. I wish the tail was better, because tail's effect is actually very weird. I don't remember the proper ruling for this, like when I was playing before, but I think this doesn't include things that say then you can destroy, right? Tail doesn't trigger in response to that. It has to be like the main effect has to be destroying, because it says when your opponent activates a card effect that would destroy a card rather than can destroy a card. It's so weird. Like, they actually just fumbled the tail really badly. Tail could have been just an amazing card for the deck. And I wish like tail also protected by battle, because that would be like a must-have in like every single board. So yeah, maybe if they like, you know, retrain the Atoll, or like give us a new support card that can do what tail does, just better, so we can just get rid of the tail and not play that shitty card. That would be awesome. This is gonna mill my deck here. Mills a Leon. That is annoying because I only play 1 Leon. 2 Leon, I mean. So it's gonna be hard to actually get it. Pixia doesn't matter because I already have it. Atoll doesn't matter, we already have one. Orgia, Tromeria. Okay. Small ones don't really matter because we play a lot. We can search pretty much anything. I was hoping he would mill like a Rebirth here. A Rebirth or a Reset or a Release. Because if he mills the release, I can actually use it still if he like pops or gets rid of one of these and they go to the extra deck, I guess. And in this deck, I was not playing the extra deck. Obviously, this is before the branded player who like floodgated me with Fisher. I mean the dimensional barrier. There's so many dimensional cards like Fisher, barrier, something shifter. They're all so toxic. Anything that starts with D is toxic. DDDs. Actually, this reminds me. I do have a replay against DDDs as well. Okay, so he's gonna end on like Desiree with like Fairy Tale Snow in the graveyard, which actually like this card. What do you guys think this card does against us? Literally nothing. Like, it's actually just gonna recycle our cards, which is really funny. And then he is gonna also have Medora, I think. Yeah, this guy is like a super like tier limit tryhard because like almost all his cards are like royal. Look at that. Royal Fenrir, Super Poly, Kit Kalos. Yeah, just like everything is royal. Desiree. Top deck release, that is very good. So I usually like to summon use the weakest one that I don't actually care about to summon because I do know that this is probably not going to be that effective compared to like Okinaria, right? Okinaria is very good against tier limits because it's just going to keep spinning their stuff back. So they don't have like Medora, they don't have like the Fairy Tale Snow, it's going to bait it out. Shuffle back like their tier limit cards so they have nothing to fuse with. It can be like super annoying. So we're going to set Pixia first for a Sully. I think he searched Crime as well. So yeah. So we're going to go summon Atel and then we're going to set this. In case he like goes Solik and then he still goes Crime on the Atel. And then Atel leaves the field obviously and then he like gets something engraved, triggers this, we go Okinaria. So he is going to attempt to negate here. That is completely fine. Okay, so now we can just follow up with release. Actually, we go reset instead. This is actually very interesting that I did this. I actually set this just to make him think I have nothing, because I know he has Crime, okay? I wanted him to think this is like something that I can't actually use. So I set the release and then go Field Spell to spin back this, and then I go release. Because if he had Crimed this, then this would resolve without actually having to worry about anything. But he actually played, I think, really badly into this in a second. Because what he did, what does he discard? No, it's not the discard. It's something else. Let's see. Okay, it's actually on his turn. Okay, because I do remember he made like a kind of a dumb play. To be honest, it's not dumb. It's just like very risky. So I'm gonna go Okinaria. He's gonna go Sully here, which is really like I don't know, super risky. Because, like, if I have Pixia here, don't you just lose? Yeah, he goes Sully here. And then, like, I just go Pixia. I think he, like, didn't really care because of this. But then again, like, Atel exists, right? So now we just flip up Atel, destroy the entire chain. And then he scoops to that. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, damn. Deck is just, like, bullying everyone. Killer Tune. You guys want to see more Killer Tune? Man, Kewl Tune is like kind of boring. I feel like now it's just like, you know, I feel like I'm playing against kids when I play against Killer Tune at this point with Enneacraft. Like, you know, I'm just done with them. It's not really a challenge because like Killer Tune is like weak as fuck into like Enneacraft. Okay, so he goes Rotary for mix. Sure. Again, we have nothing. We're going second. Every duel, you know what? Maybe I should build like a going second deck. What do you guys think about that? Like Sphere Mode, freaking, I don't know, like Book of Eclipse. I don't think Solemn Luna would be that great going second. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, maybe just like build a going second deck. Second destroy everyone, evenly matched. What do you guys think about that? Okay, so he goes Trackmaker, add a KTS. Sure. I think did he go Q to summon Ash? He did. Okay, disgusting. You are disgusting. He's gonna banish one of my Pixias. I think I was on 2 Pixia here. And then he stacks the reset on top of my deck. The good thing about Enneacraft is like they can't actually get a good queue almost ever unless you play Four. Or like Shifter, I guess. Actually, Shifter is amazing. I don't know what I'm talking about because like you just like Shifter immediately. You don't have anything in your grave. So they can't really get a good top deck off you. So they have to stack you with more engine, most likely. Like reset is engine, because now I don't have to search the field spell. And this is gonna be able to trigger this effect, right? Okay, so we're gonna set the Tomeria for the remix, and then we are going to set Leon, set Atl, and then activate reset, because if he activates anything, I can force him to play into Atl. So I activate this, he goes for this. I chain Tomeria, he chains something else like Ash Blossom. I can chain this, and then I can obviously like use the Enneapolis to actually push this into the back row, and then use this effect to search, or just spin it back to the hand and then resummon it, and then he triggers like the flip, and then it triggers again, and I get to search again and negate whatever he summons. Like it can actually like do some stupid stuff, which is why I established the field spell immediately. And then we go tail as well, and then now we only have one play here. I am comfortable actually doing this because I know this pretty much checks like everything except Ash Blossom. Ash Blossom is engrave, and he searched the Ash Blossom. He would not search it if he already had one in hand. Does that make sense? He has to go remix, which means he is gonna have to play into Tromeria here. And then if he like activates literally anything else, this is gonna destroy him. They don't really play like Solemn Judgment or all of these, and Solemn Judgment can't really be used on these. So I can't really think of anything. Like maybe Imperm, but then like this is gonna chain. If he imperms the Atl, because I just spin back my own Atl, dodging his imperm, and then spin back his own cards. So it's just like a guaranteed win here. There's really nothing he can do. If he goes Droll and Lockbird, Droll actually doesn't really matter here because I already have literally everything here. You can see I searched this, which is going to be good against them. Then I just basically spin back the Orgia and then just summon it. And then we have like a solid board into next turn through Droll. So I think we're trying to go Rebirth here, was it? No, we actually go Mar. Okay. So he's choosing not to activate anything. Okay, I mean, it's not the worst play, but like, I can force you out. So I searched Mar. You guys thought I searched Mar to like set it, right? You definitely thought that. No, we're gonna go Battle Phase, force out the remix. So he's basically waiting because he probably read some guide that said, the way you can beat Enneacraft is just don't activate anything. Yeah, sure. Alright, what are you gonna do now? Play into remix. Okay. Boom. Activate Tromeria. What's your response to that? No response. Okay. No Ash, nothing. So now I get to add my Rebirth, which is I was only playing one here. So this is basically how you search your one of Rebirth. And why I don't really like to play more than one, because you can basically bait them out to actually make you add it. So he's gonna have to Ash it here to play into Leon. So yeah, we're gonna activate this negate. We're gonna also chain the reset to actually flip this face down. And then he's gonna search. This plays into Atl here. I could Atl it, but I actually go Leon, and then see if he activates anything in response. He doesn't. Because he could panic and activate KTS, and then like I would just go Atl, negate everything. But even if Atl doesn't, like I don't use Atl here, he's only adding a card to the hand, which doesn't really matter. And now I can actually spin back my own Tromeria, and I can basically summon whatever I want. I could have spun back these to summon them, but it doesn't really matter that much. Mar would have been good. What I could have done is like spin back the Mar, and then like his cards obviously, and the Tromeria. And then I can summon the Mar because I have the Rebirth, which is going to get ashed, and still go to the graveyard. Flip down the Leon again, and then we are going to summon this. I prefer the Tromeria because I have too many big monsters. You don't ever want to have too many big monsters, at least two small ones, because you want to trigger these so that they play into the big cards. Because like the big cards don't do anything on their own unless you have small cards to go with them. So he's gonna Ash me here, which is fine because now I can just trigger the Orgia, and now I can get a free ad for whatever I want again. And then I don't think I actually use the field spell to spin back whatever like I flip face up. So I think I can just spin back the Orgia to the hand, and then I can summon the Pixia as well. I don't actually remember if I summoned the Pixia or not. Let's see. So we're gonna activate field spell, spin it back. These are like some plays I don't think like you guys are gonna see anywhere else, because no one like goes into this deck as deep as I do. Because no one actually likes this deck. Yeah, he just doesn't want to play anymore. Yeah, maybe maybe like they should like ban me from like the community because like I'm actually like encouraging you guys to play like decks like this. Okay. Another tier limit player. There was a DDD replay. I just don't know where it is. It was pretty decent as well. Okay, so oh my god, we're going first, guys. No way. Okay, so he's gonna maxi. What do we do under max here? Let's see. So under max, we are gonna set the Orgia. This is one of these players who actually use maxi like in the draw phase, play on like TTT and stuff, which can be good, but also like against other decks, it can be just not really that great because they can just give you 0 draws, right? So we're gonna activate the search here. We actually have a decent hand under max. We don't really care that much. I think we try to get rebirth. No, feels well. Okay. This is better than rebirth because you're gonna be able to actually like get these guaranteed. If you go rebirth, there's a chance you actually might not be able to access the field spell after that, and not even have like any small monsters. I'm actually happy with these small monsters, having like the Alazonia, Trameria, and Orgia. I'm very happy with that. It's just the Mar that I don't like because we don't have rebirth. So I actually don't even summon the Mar. I just scale it for the battle phase just in case. So we have Atul and then like Leon and then 3 small monsters. Very happy with this board under max. I actually give him max draws. Don't care. Go ahead. Play with 9 cards in hand. Let's see if you can beat like a set board with nothing else. No hand traps, nothing, bro. Just keep playing. So he's gonna activate the Engraver. I'm gonna chain Orgia because I want to get rid of the Fenrir. And I'm actually 100% sure that he's gonna target my field spell. I actually don't remember what happened in this replay, but I guarantee you he's gonna target the field spell because there's just no reason to target the Orgia here. So we're gonna add the Pixia here, and then he is gonna target the field spell. Yes. Yes, okay. Target field spell, banish it, that's fine. We're gonna reset, get the Orgia back face down. Okay, and now we pop it. And now he goes Unicorn. Okay. Trigger the Alazonia banish card from hand. I'm gonna add the reset because he banished the field spell. We want another like way to access the field spell here on our turn. Banish card, he gets his tracked banished. Alazonia, you know what? You're the fucking go. I can see why you're UR now. It actually makes sense. I think Orgia should have been a UR, but yeah, they actually just cooked with this. Okay, so he goes Reinhardt here. Has to go for alternate plays because he has no tracked anymore. We're gonna go Trameria to like negate whatever he summons, which is gonna be most likely Kit Kalos. Look how many ads we're getting. Like if we survive here, like how does he win on the following turn? That's the real question. Goes Kit for the Kitty here. Kitty gets negated. He's gonna obviously add here, but the thing is, like, he can't use the second effect to revive and stuff, which is like the main effect. Being able to add is like okay, it's not as powerful as this effect to mill. So he plays into this forces him to play into Leon, which can spin back everything. Do you guys think he scoops here? That's the question. Does he scoop or does he continue playing? Let's see. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, like he maxied. Like he drew like what 4 cards off that. He had 9 cards in hand, and then he just like scooped to a Leon. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, what do you guys think? And they say like the deck is toxic, but like it's not really toxic. Like this deck is actually just like destroying everyone off of pure engine with no floodgate, no real floodgate at least. Like Pixia is a floodgate technically, but it works like the sinful spoils monster, like the fusion monster. No one calls that floodgate, right? It's just like an archetypal card. Because like obviously we can't play this in any other deck except Enneacraft. So I think it's like reasonable to have something like this, right? It's like a pseudo floodgates, right? Because you have like a lot of ways to out it, like non-targeting poppage. You can banish it, non-targeting. There's a lot of ways to like non-target to do things like maker, spin it back, non-targeting, attack over it, and battle phase. So yeah, it's not really that floodgatey, I guess. Although it is a powerful floodgate. Okay. So I think, went release here for the Orgia. Yep, because we have double release. I cannot play around the Ash Blossom, but this plays around Joel. Fisher is super, super good. Because if he has Joel here and he didn't have Ash, we would be completely fine. Now, like, how do we win here? Because we play Fisher, and this was not like a Fallen the Virtuous or another engine card like a Trito, for example. Because Trito would be able to still combo off of that if that was a Trito, right? I think this is better than both Fallen the Virtuous and Trito, because this paired up with Pixia and like just like a small monster like Orgia, this is actually enough to beat most decks in the meta, and they're gonna struggle like a bitch because of Fisher. And they can't target it with Fallen the Virtuous. They can't even activate Fallen the Virtuous. So because of the way the meta is right now, this is actually enough. So I'm actually just chilling here. I'm not even worried, which is crazy. So he's playing Sky Strikers. That is annoying. Okay, he is gonna go for 0. 0 can pop it. But that means that he will not be popping my Pixia, and his deck plays hard into Pixia. Why? Because all his cards target. You guys are gonna see, okay? He goes Azalea to pop. He thinks he's goated, okay? He pops this, boom. Trigger Pixia, response. Nope, you can't respond to this. Because if you don't have Droplet in response to this, you lose. Because this cannot be targeted by, like, the Anchor. There's basically just not... I don't think there's any cards that can target it in the deck. Let's see if the... There's one card. This one. Does this target? Then you can return... Okay, this can actually return to the hand. This is another out to it, but he doesn't have enough cards here. He needs one more card to be able to do that. And he has to get this engraved. How? The question is how? How do you get this engraved? He has to link it off, right? Like, it would be funny if we actually banished that card. So now he links it off. Okay, now he can use it. But he doesn't have it. He has to search it. But guess what? This is going to send whatever he wants to the grave. He sends the Mobilize Engage. Guess what? You can't go Kagari, add it back, because Kagari targets your card in grave, and this says you cannot target your graveyard. So I think he realizes that, and then he's just like, why my card no work? And then he goes. Oh man, I love Pixie, bro. Pixie is just awesome. Yummy. Yummy Solfa Chord, even better. So you can beat both trash cans at once. Alright. I'm not sure how long this video is going to be, because like I have a lot of free plays. Oh, look at that. We have Maxi Fisher. Do you guys think Maxi is going to resolve or not? Do you guys think I would show you a replay where Maxi resolves? What do you guys think? I actually don't remember. I might. Yes. I did not remember, but like this is actually very good because like I get to show you that Maxi is good. You should be playing one Maxi. So we actually are gonna set the Orgia for a hand trap, and then we're gonna activate Fisher for Joel and Lockbird. And then Pixia as well for like the combination here. This is a very powerful combination to start off with. Now I did set the Orgia here, even though I only have one play, because okay, I did not expect Purge. I should have probably kept this in hand to play on Purge, knowing that he is most likely on Yummy because he added the clown whatever. So this was actually my mistake. I should have kept this in hand, even if he had like Ash Blossom or whatever. This was just a mistake on my end. So now I'm actually going to have to pass on basically the same end board as last game. Do you guys think this end board is going to be enough like last game or not? Let's watch. It's actually so fun just like sitting there and watching them try to out like a simple board like this. They struggle so hard. Okay, let's see. So he's going to summon 2 monsters of the Solfa Chord spell card. He's going to add... Okay, Orgia is not going to be able to trigger just yet. His Solfa Chord cards, I think the monster he added, one of these, like special summons from hand. Yes, this one. Which would trigger the Orgia. So he goes for Cupsy Yummy Way. Very yummy. Okay, Marshmallow also triggers the Orgia here. Let's see what he does. He thought for a while here, and then he goes Cupsy Yummy. Surprise can't target because of Pixia. So he goes Marshmallow, I trigger the Orgia, and now he actually has nothing to revive from grave with this, because everything is getting banished, as you can see. Because of the Fissure. Like, Fissure is gonna destroy him. This is why, like, I think Fissure is, like, in a super good spot. You guys can see, like, the power of Fissure. So we're gonna pop his Solfa Yummy, and then he is gonna go Jester what's it called? Confetti or something? Okay. Confetti. I don't know why it, like, cut off here. Just confetti, bro. Yummy Snatchy, he doesn't... Does he play, like, the other field spell? If the other field spell was placed, it actually wouldn't matter anyway, because he can't really chain link block it, because I would just go Pixia. Yep. Okay, so he is gonna go into the Cookie Yummy. Okay, sure. Attack over this, and then he's not big enough to actually attack over the Pixia. And obviously, like, the Orgia added follow-up, which is very important that you don't add, like, Mar or something. If you're in a state like this, always add follow-up here. Can't attack over Pixia. Now Pixia is applying its effect where he cannot target anything. And he's still under Fissure. He wants to go SP banish Fissure, but he can't. Also, like, I don't know why he went SP. Like, it actually just doesn't make sense. Even if you didn't know it doesn't target, you used Purge. Purge turns off the Water, Fire, Dark. It turns off your SP, so it's not even usable anyway. I'm not sure why you did that. So, okay, so now we have Release. Now we can activate Release as well. Place this. If he has another Purge, we can play around that because we also have the Oceanaria and we also have another push. Okay, he just goes. This is the power of Fissure, Orgia, Pixia. Actually crazy. What's funny is, like, I think these duels were, like, back-to-back. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not sure what this is. Where's the DDD one? Is it this one? No. I am not sure. Oh, I just didn't save it. I actually just didn't save it. Okay. How about we go back? I think I can find the replay here. It should be like the latest replay that I played. Should be this one. This is against Draco, Branded Dracotale. Look at that. It's so bad. Like, I actually just, like, can't. So, yes, this is the DDD one. Yes, okay. Whoa, look at that. Look at that, guys. Okay, he went super in. And he also has, like, a Royal, whatever this is. Like, the Zero King Machinex. Okay, cool. Yeah. So the thing is about Enneacraft is, like, it takes a very, like, long time. Like, even if I'm winning, like, all of this from, like, Diamond 1 to, like, just to get me to Master 1, almost Master 2, Master 5, almost Master 4. Like, it's actually so slow, which is why I'm switching to Dracotale to try to, like, you know, make it faster. But then, like, there's a lot of counters going around for Dracotale right now, and, like, just, like, grave hates. Which is why, like, it's just not really doing good enough. Which then I switch back to Enneacraft and, like, I start winning again. Because look at this. Fissure sets these two, and then what is he gonna do? Like, go Ash Blossom here, Purge. Okay, I felt a toggle, I think, on Pixia, which made me think he might have Impulse. Impulse is super easy to spot because you'll notice everything goes uninterrupted. He can't droll, he can't do anything. No, like, Veiler, no Ogre. The only thing is Impulse that can be activated in response to, like, Q's summoning. It could be Izuna, but then Izuna would still have a toggle while you're, like, searching off of these after you have activated a card from hand. Does that make sense? So it's almost always Impulse. So I know he has Impulse here, and I'm gonna play around it. So we're gonna add a Oceanaria, and then we're gonna activate Field Spell, spin these back. Okay, activate Oceanaria. I think we go Release. Yep. Sometimes I do forget to go Release, so I just do it after I scale after this effect. So yeah. Activate Release, and then we are gonna go for the Trito. Get the Atoll or the Rebirth. It doesn't matter. So we get the Rebirth, we are gonna spin back our pen scales here, and then keep the ones in hand, and then we still get the Atoll anyway, which is really funny. Atoll could be searched with this, anyway, with, like, these. Anyway, you search the Atoll and then summon it with this. So it's not, like, the worst ever if you don't draw it. You just don't have, like, immediate access to it, which most players, like, don't really play into it immediately, to be honest. So scale the Alizonia, and then we're gonna pass. This is actually a solid board. We have Atoll, Pixia, and then 3 of the most powerful small monsters here. Okay, so we see DDD. He had Impulse, but Impulse is useless because like he doesn't have a trap in grave first of all, and second of all, like the Impulse would negate it and then just reactivate to summon again, which is why he didn't use it. So I think he might be saving the Impulse for the Rebirth instead, which is a decent play. So we're gonna activate Tormeria, so whatever he summons can be negated. Most likely it will actually activate first. Yep. But then it can play into my Alizonia. Yep. And now if he chains anything, I can Atoll negate. So we're gonna add Leon, because I can actually summon these, including the Mar. If he goes Battle Phase, let's try to like OTK me, Mar will actually stop him. And I'm trying to play around Impulse here by not triggering the Rebirth just yet. So we can activate this, push this into the Pendulum scale, so we can start gaining Pendulum counters. Banish a random card from hand, we banish the Scale Surveyor. Okay. Surveyor is a card I think they play one of. I'm not sure about this. I actually should check like right now, just to make sure. But while I was playing, I didn't check to see if they only play one or not. But I had went assuming that they only play one, which is why I actually go for a certain line of plays. I feel like it's kind of cheating, like checking during the game, right? But let's see. So for DDDs, how many Surveyors do they play? They actually play 3. Okay. I thought they played only 1. I'm not sure why I thought that, but apparently they play 3 of this. So because I banished it, I actually went for a different line of plays than what I was intending to do. And it's this play right here. I actually go for the Orgia to pop this. I thought he would add, where is it? This one, the Griffin, off of this to special summon. And then he doesn't really have like any proper line of plays, I don't think, because he's under Fisher as well. And this is gonna have a grave effect, which can't really trigger if it's gonna get banished. And I didn't want this to go into the, what do you call it, the extra deck instead, like the Orthros. So I chained to actually flip up the Orgia with the Rebirth, and this also plays around his Impulse, right? Because we're not summoning from the hand. I was planning on possibly using this on Pixia, but because of like this, and because I thought he only plays 1 Surveyor, I do this instead and pop his Slime. Cool, and now he gets to add the Griffin. Yep. Okay, I do know some things about DDDs, just like enough to make me win, but I'm not like 100% sure about like everything they do, like every card they play or the lines that they have. So he goes Divisor King, he attacks. This is not really anything. He's locked into DDDs, so he can't go Zeus or something. We're gonna burn him for 36. He gets his Surveyor back. And now he loses. Because what is he gonna do? He's at 34. I can flip these 2 up because they were summoned last turn. We're gonna gain 4 counters, 2/2. And that's gonna be game. So we're gonna activate this. We set the Mar first, so if he activates the Machine X. And this is actually something I feel like a lot of people might miss. This says once per turn when a monster card your opponent controls is activated. This is a monster card. It's different from being a monster. So a monster is like these on the field. But the card type, this is a monster card. This is a spell card. Even though this is being treated as a spell because it's a pendulum, it's a monster card. Does that make sense? Like you'll see in these effects, it says monster versus monster card. Right, when a monster effect is activated versus when a monster card is activated. Which is why we set the Mar first, so that we can negate the Machine X. And now this also gives us more counters, because we got 2 more counters, and that means we're going to end on 6 counters this turn, and then burn him for game. Also, never played into Impulse here with the Rebirth. So, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I probably will be playing this deck all the way to Master 1, I'm not gonna lie. If I play to Master 1, I'm not sure if I will, to be honest. It just takes a very long time. But yeah, Also, just like flexing this in my extra deck. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video and you want to see more, let me know in the comments. And I'll possibly make more Enneacraft videos. Yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one.